I tried living by Reddit advice for a week. It was chaos. Day 0, the cactus incident, aka the dumbest spark of genius. I did something incredibly stupid last week. I Googled, can you eat a cactus? No, I wasn't high. Just deeply, profoundly bored on a Sunday afternoon. You know that specific brand of ennui where you've finished your coffee, scrolled through every app twice, and the existential dread of laundry creeps in? That's where I was. Anyway, I asked Reddit. Big mistake. Posted in R, because obviously, and within an hour, I had 243 comments and zero clarity. One guy swore his abuela made cactus tacos every weekend. Someone else said, only if you like dying of alkaloid poisoning. One Redditor casually dropped a photo of their arm covered in needles after trying to peel a prickly pear while drunk. And then a dude named Cactus Daddy 420 told me, anything's edible once. Inspirational. So I had a moment. A light bulb over the head, totally should have been a warning sign kind of moment. What if I lived an entire week by Reddit advice? No filters, no instincts, just Reddit. Not the toxic stuff, obviously. I'm not about to ruin my liver because our Ask Men thinks whiskey is a personality trait. But the weird, semi-useful, completely unqualified advice. Game on. I opened a Google Doc, titled it, Week of Chaos, Reddit Controls My Life. Sent a dramatic text to my best friend. If I die, Reddit did it. She replied, good, I'll sue. Fair. Here were my rules. 1. Every decision, big or small, must be based on Reddit advice. 2. I can only use Reddit, not Google, for answers. 3. I must take the top upvoted advice from any post I read, no cherry picking. 4. No permanent harm to myself or others. Sorry, are the red pill bros. 5. Daily recap posts in my journal. And now here. Let's begin with day 1. Day 1. Routines are for nerds. Let chaos reign. 7:00 a.m. How should I start my day? Hosted to our LifeProTips and our Get Disciplined. Highest upvoted advice on both. Don't touch your phone when you wake up. Immediately make your bed, drink a glass of water, do 10 push-ups. Bonus, blast a productivity podcast while brushing your teeth. Okay, chill, Captain Hustle, but I did it. I downed a glass of water like it was tequila, flopped through 10 half-assed push-ups, the floor was cold, and started a podcast called The Millionaire Morning Mindset. Within 5 minutes, a guy was yelling at me about visualizing success while exfoliating. I mentally flipped him off and flossed extra aggressively. 9:00 a.m. What should I eat for breakfast? Our Eat Cheap and Healthy came through. Oats, always oats. Cheap, filling, and you can add anything. I added peanut butter, banana, and a sprinkle of chocolate chips because I'm not a monster. It was edible, maybe even good. Reddit, 1, skeptic me, 0. 10:30 a.m. How do I stay productive while working from home? Hosted in our productivity. Top advice. The Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes focused work, 5-minute break. Repeat. Also, block Reddit. Blocked Reddit? That's literally illegal this week. But I did the Pomodoro thing for about 40 minutes. Then I spiraled into reading RAMI the asshole drama and forgot what my actual job was. Classic. 1:00 p.m. Lunch ideas. Our frugal wins again. Egg fried rice. You probably have everything you need already. I didn't, but I made it work with leftover jasmine rice, frozen peas, and a concerningly old egg. Tasted like salty competence. 7:10 would eat again if desperate. 3:00 p.m. How do I stop my afternoon slump? Are deciding to be better suggested. Go outside for 10 minutes. Sunlight is basically free antidepressant. So I walked to the corner store and bought a Coke Zero and a weird energy bar made of chia and sadness. Technically counts. 5:00 p.m. What's a good workout for beginners? Our fitness said. Start with body weight. Do a circuit, squats, push-ups, planks, no excuses. Excuses were made. I did 1 round, almost passed out, then laid on the floor contemplating my life choices while the cat judged me. 7:00 p.m. Dinner. Our cooking had a pinned post called Stupid Simple Dinners, and I fell in love. The top comment. Roast whatever vegetables you have plus protein, tofu, chicken, whatever. Season it, oil it, oven it. I roasted carrots, broccoli, and tofu like a responsible adult. Added garlic powder like a rebel. Wasn't half bad. 9:00 p.m. Best way to unwind at night. Our /AskReddit had a wholesome thread. Winner. No screens an hour before bed. Read fiction, journal, dim the lights, pretend you're a Victorian ghost waiting for death. I lit a candle, grabbed a murder mystery novel, and wrote in my Reddit chaos journal. The vibes were immaculate. Would recommend. Day 1 summary. Reddit made me more productive, full, tired, and slightly smug. I also did more push-ups than I have since 11th grade PE, so there's that. I was weirdly excited for day 2, until I remembered I promised to take Reddit's top fashion advice next. Spoiler, that includes our male fashion advice. Send help. Day 2. Dating by Reddit, the worst idea I've ever loved. I don't know why I thought this would be the fun day. Maybe it was the novelty. Maybe the oats from yesterday gave me a false sense of control. Maybe I was just incredibly single and desperate for a plot twist in my life that was forgot milk again. Whatever the reason, I typed the words with reckless abandon. How should I build my dating profile? I posted to our dating advice, our Tinder, and God help me, our seduction. Immediate regret. The replies were a spectrum of helpful to horrifying. One guy offered a copy-paste bio he claimed, converted at 17%. Converted what? Souls, credit cards. But I followed the rules. Top upvoted advice across the 3 subs. Here, what Reddit told me to do. Your bio should be short, witty, and slightly self-deprecating. Use high-quality photos where you're smiling and doing activities you enjoy. Don't include group shots. Add one weird fact. All right, not awful, manageable. So I opened Hinge. Bio. Recovering oat addict. Will fight you over the best brand of peanut butter. Once asked Reddit if cactus was edible, things escalated. I sat back and admired my chaos. Honestly, I would swipe right on me. Photos. One hiking photo from 2019, where I look tan and emotionally stable. One pic of me holding a cocktail and laughing too hard, classic. I swear I'm fun energy. One accidental artsy shot my friend took of me looking out a window like I'm pondering the meaning of life, but probably I was thinking about tacos. Weird fact, I added a prompt answer. Truth or dare? Truth, I once mistook a succulent for a snack, don't ask. Uploaded, live, unhinged, ready. 12:00 p.m., letting Reddit choose the swipe strategy. Now it was time to play Tinder Russian roulette. I asked, are dating over 30? How should I approach online dating if I hate everyone? Top response. Be ruthless with swipes. Say yes only if you genuinely be excited to meet them IRL. Also, open with something unexpected. No hey, no emojis, be weird, be bold. I took this way too seriously. I swiped left on a guy with a chin beard and an aquarium selfie. Left on someone who listed their height before their name. Left on a man holding a fish, a classic Tinder red flag, like a dating app scarecrow. Finally found one. His name was Sam, his bio said. Looking for someone to tell me when my pasta is done. I like dogs, hiking, and pretending I can cook. Okay, chill, normal, also pasta. That's bait, I'm in. My opening line, Reddit inspired. I will judge you entirely based on how you salt your pasta water. Proceed with caution. He replied in 2 minutes. I salt it like a Roman god about to conquer Gaul, and I use butter. Come at me. Reader, I blushed. 8:00 p.m. the date. I know I should have waited, but it's Reddit week. Spontaneity is mandatory. He agreed to meet at a local taco bar. Casual, safe, public. He wore a hoodie and sneakers. I wore boots, a jean jacket, and anxiety. We sat, ordered, and made awkward eye contact. He looked like his photos, which was already a win. I told him about my Reddit experiment. He laughed. Not a pity laugh, a full body. You're insane, but I respect it laugh. Then he said, okay, but wait, which cactus did you want to eat? I nearly married him right there. The rest of the night was weirdly lovely. We debated oat toppings, swapped worst first date stories, and split a plate of churros like 2 people not even trying to play it cool. Reddit didn't sabotage me, not yet, and that scared me more than anything. Day 2 summary. I let Reddit build my dating profile and guide me into a stranger's arms. It didn't kill me. It might have actually worked. This feels dangerous. Day 3. Budgeting like a Redditor, or how I lost my will to caffeinate. Let me preface this by saying, I am not financially irresponsible. I pay my bills. I contribute to my 401k. I buy store brand cereal and only splurge on fancy cheese when it's emotional support cheese. But Reddit made me feel like I was 1 click away from declaring bankruptcy for owning a subscription to Spotify Premium. This morning I typed, what's the best way to get my finances together? I posted to r/personalfinance and r/frugal, 2 subs where people claim they paid off $100,000 in debt by eating lentils and living in their car for 6 months. Inspirational, maybe. Terrifying, absolutely. Top advice. Track every dollar. Cancel all non-essential subscriptions. Automate your savings. And for God's sake, stop buying coffee. You're hemorrhaging wealth. I stared at my $5 oat milk latte like it just insulted my lineage. Then I did something I knew I'd regret. I opened a spreadsheet. 10:00 a.m. budget spreadsheet. The Reckoning. Reddit linked me to a starter budget template. It had tabs, multiple tabs. There was one for debt, one for savings goals, and one literally labeled bad habits. I spent the next hour inputting numbers, scrubbing bank statements, and muttering curses at past me for all the miscellaneous Amazon purchases. Seriously, what even was Chili the Unicorn Squishmallow? 17-inch, and why did I pay for expedited shipping? Then I saw it. Monthly coffee total, $127.89. I had to sit down, which was fine because I was already lying on the floor in financial shame. 12:30 p.m., the great coffee debate. I asked Reddit, do I really have to give up coffee to save money? Top reply, a personnel finance classic. You're not paying $5 for coffee. You're paying $5 every day for a dopamine hit and lifestyle inflation. Make it at home. Fine. I dragged out the dusty drip machine from under the sink, boiled some water, and made what I can only describe as hot bean water disappointment. It tasted like punishment. My body physically rejected it. I stared into the mug like it owed me an apology. But rules are rules. I drank the whole thing with the same energy people have when they force down cold medicine. That was the exact moment my soul left my body. 3:00 p.m. financial minimalism, or why am I crying at a budget app? Next step, automate savings. Reddit's holy trinity, emergency fund, retirement, and fun money account lol as if. I downloaded the highest-rated budgeting app mentioned in the comments, set up a direct transfer into savings, canceled my Audible subscription, paused Netflix, removed an online cart of skincare I just wanted to browse. And then, no joke, I opened Spotify to play some sad jazz and remembered I canceled premium 10 minutes earlier. Ads hit me like bricks. Do you suffer from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis? Yes, emotionally I do now. I sat on my bed, surrounded by self-control, and felt like a monk who just discovered Uber Eats is no longer an option. My cat watched me with the dead-eyed stare of someone who's never paid rent and doesn't know pain. 8:00 p.m. victory or defeat. I ended the day with $42 moved to savings, a better understanding of my monthly spending, and a migraine from caffeine withdrawal. The budgeting app congratulated me for being on track. I whispered back, at what cost? I ate rice and eggs for dinner, again. Reddit, 3 me, hanging on by the thinnest oat milk thread. Day 3 summary. Reddit turned me into a spreadsheet person. I feel powerful, poor, and personally attacked. I haven't heard the sweet sound of Billie Eilish in 14 hours, and I think I'm hallucinating a little. Tomorrow's plan. I ask Reddit how to have a maximum productivity day, which honestly feels like begging for a breakdown. Day 4. One task to rule them all and ruin my day. I woke up full of hope and oats. Yes, still eating them, don't ask. It was the 4th day of this ridiculous Reddit experiment, and honestly, I felt calm, like I might actually be growing as a person. That feeling lasted exactly 8 minutes. Because today's theme, courtesy of our Zen habits, was single tasking. The subreddit feels like if a minimalist and a monk had a baby and raised it on soy candles and bullet journals. It's full of gentle wisdom like, do less, but better. Okay, Leo Babada, let's do less, I'm in. Top advice was simple. Pick one meaningful task, focus on it fully. No switching, no distractions, embrace the flow. Sounded peaceful, almost beautiful. I chose. Clean the kitchen. One task, innocent, harmless. Spoiler, it was not. 10:00 a.m., the first fork. I started strong, washed a few cups, put away dishes, wiped counters. Then I opened the drawer. You know the one? The drawer every person has. Rubber bands, stray batteries, soy sauce packets from 2016, a mystery key that belongs to nothing you've owned since college. That drawer. One thing led to another, and suddenly I'm reorganizing the spice rack, researching whether baking powder expires, it does, and Googling how to remove sticky residue from olive oil bottles. I wasn't cleaning a kitchen. I was spiraling into a domestic wormhole. 1:30 p.m. minimalism, meet meltdown. At one point, I found myself sitting on the floor surrounded by mismatched Tupperware lids, whispering, why do I own 7 cheese graters? I live alone, I don't even grate. My cat looked concerned, rightly so. I hadn't blinked in 15 minutes. I took a short break that turned into watching a 27-minute YouTube video about the history of dish soap branding, which ironically violated everything our Zen habit stands for. At 4 p.m., the kitchen looked the same. I looked worse. One task, they said. Peaceful, they said. Reddit lied. Day 5, deep work equals deep trouble. Still emotionally hungover from Tuppergate 2025, I decided to go even deeper. Our deep work is a productivity cult, a well-meaning one. It praises the art of intense focus. Their advice. Block off 2-3 hours for distraction-free work. Turn off Wi-Fi. Put phone in another room. No notifications. No excuses. And I thought, heck yeah, let's focus. What could go wrong? Answer, everything. 9:00 a.m., airplane mode activated. I lit a candle, set a timer, shut off Wi-Fi, put my phone in a drawer. I was ready to deep work like a monk with a MacBook. The task, finish a report for work. Simple. I even made a to-do list titled, Crush This. For 2 hours, I typed like a machine. No pings, no tabs, I was in the zone. My brain was Mozart, my fingers, Beethoven, my vibe, productivity god tier. Except 11:27 a.m., the missed call. I turned my Wi-Fi back on. Notifications exploded like popcorn, among them 3 Slack pings from my manager, 2 missed calls, 1 calendar alert, weekly Zoom check-in, 10:30 a.m. 1 email, hey, are you joining us today? I stared at the screen. My stomach fell through the floor. In my quest to disconnect for deep focus, I had ghosted a full department meeting, the kind where everyone shows their faces, and I was supposed to lead the first 10 minutes. I messaged my boss. I was doing a focused work sprint, really sorry. She replied with, oh, all right, let's catch up later. Translation, I'm adding you to my list. 5:00 p.m., what even is balance? I ended the day feeling like a productivity hypocrite. My kitchen was semi-clean. My work got done, but at the cost of professional reputation. And I still hadn't checked if that baking powder was expired. I laid on the couch and whispered into the void. Reddit, why must your wisdom come wrapped in chaos? No one answered, except my cat. She stepped on my face. Days 4 and 5 summary. Reddit told me to simplify. I deep cleaned myself into an existential spiral and deep worked myself into mild workplace shame. I've never needed a dumb, harmless Reddit trend more in my life. Tomorrow I'm going light, real light, Reddit lifestyle hacks, the silly stuff. Please, no more personal growth. I want chaos again, fun chaos. Day 6, LifeProTips, more like LifeProTraps. I woke up determined to have a fun day. No productivity guilt, no spreadsheets, just and Reddit-approved life upgrades. I posted on our LifeProTips. What's a weird but genius tip to make daily life better? And oh boy, the internet delivered. Top tips included, put your socks in the freezer before a hot day, instant foot AC. If you're stressed, aggressively whisper sing sea shanties. Microwave your toothpaste for 3 seconds, it spreads easier. This one was debunked, almost melted my enamel off. But I was committed, for science, for chaos, for the algorithm. 10:00 a.m., frosty feet and questionable choices. Step 1, freezer socks. I shoved a clean pair into the freezer, waited 20 minutes, slid them on. First thought, why is this amazing? Second thought, I might never be warm again. My feet felt like popsicles, but in a weirdly calming way, like a cryochamber for bad vibes. I stood in my kitchen, sipping lukewarm tea in full frozen feet mode trade, and whispered, let it go. Then I tripped on a rug and almost concussed myself, so maybe not ideal. 12:00 p.m., the whisper shanty incident. Reddit also suggested, feeling overwhelmed, hum a sea shanty under your breath, rhythmic, grounding, and no one can stop you. Challenge accepted. Except I forgot I had a phone call scheduled with my landlord. So when he called to remind me about the annual maintenance check, I picked up mid-whispering. Soon may the Wellerman come. There was a pause, then, are you okay? I told him it was a mindfulness practice. He now thinks I'm in a pirate cult, which honestly wouldn't be the worst explanation for this week. 3:00 p.m. DIY spa, fail edition. Another tip. Tape a dryer sheet to your fan for instant room scenting. So I did. My room now smells like mountain fresh toxic breeze. My eyes watered. My cat sneezed. I think even the ghost in my apartment moved out. Reddit, WHY. Day 7, TikTok hacks FD, Reddit roast. I wanted to end this cursed week with something even dumber. Enter. Reddit threads mocking TikTok life hacks. I typed TikTok hacks that are a crime against logic into the search bar. First one I found. Someone tried to cook an egg in a toaster. Yes, inside the slot, it exploded. Naturally, I thought, let's do that. 9:00 a.m., the egg and the toaster. I wrapped a raw egg in foil, slid it gently into my toaster, set it to medium. Then I stepped back, like I was disarming a bomb. For 2 minutes, nothing, then a noise. Pop, a sizzle, a terrifying smell. The toaster started smoking. I yanked the plug like it was diffusing C4. Smoke detector, screaming, my cat under the couch, me, waving a towel in full panic, shouting, it was a hack, it was a life hack. When the chaos settled, I checked Reddit. One commenter had written, toasters are not ovens, stop treating them like ones. Fair. 11:30 a.m., TikTok coffee cubes of regret. Next I tried. Freeze coffee in ice cube trays. Use instead of regular ice so your iced coffee never waters down. This one seemed legit, except I froze espresso, like 3 shots per cube. Poured 5 of them into milk, took 1 sip. My pupils dilated. I began typing emails at 160 WPM. I cleaned the entire bathroom in 20 minutes. Then I crashed, hard, like an internet browser with 72 tabs open. I had to lay down while shaking, but efficiently. 6:00 p.m., reflecting on bad ideas. I sat in my still kind of smoky kitchen, feet in freezer socks, drinking chamomile tea to counteract the coffee cubes. Around me, chaos, but make it quirky. The toaster is dead. Sea Shanty still plays in my head. My Google search history includes, can cats sense madness? I stared at the ceiling and whispered, Reddit, we need to talk. Tomorrow is the final day. I'm planning a full reflection post, maybe even a power ranking of worst ideas that sounded great. For now, I'm going to bed with a wet towel near the toaster and one last sea shanty hum. Days 6 and 7 summary. I followed life tips meant to enhance my world and ended up inventing new smells, new fears, and probably violating at least one building code. But I also laughed until I cried, which is kind of the point. Tomorrow, the grand finale, the Reddit wrap-up, the post where I face what I've become. I woke up today with a single noble goal, closure. No more hacks, no more whisper singing, no more questioning my appliance's mortality. Just me, my keyboard, and the final Reddit post. I opened my laptop and titled it. I lived by Reddit advice for a week, here. What actually happened, chaos included. I wrote for hours. It felt like a confessional booth, but with memes. Top 5 things I learned living by Reddit advice. 1. Reddit is the most helpful, unhelpful place on earth. Every answer feels 49% wisdom, 51% unhinged brilliance. It's like crowdsourcing advice from thousands of slightly sarcastic uncles. 2. There's no such thing as just one task. Minimalism led me to question the meaning of cheese graters. I now own 3 less, still too many. 3. TikTok hacks are Reddit's punching bag for a reason. Toaster eggs are not eggs. They are mini grenades with protein. 4. LifeProTips equals LifeProTraps. Don't microwave toothpaste. Don't freeze your feet for pleasure. Don't sea shanty at your landlord. 5. I'm definitely doing this again. Not because it was useful, but because it was hilarious. Because it turned a dull week into an adventure I could meme about for years. Because somehow the chaos was kind of healing. Bonus content, power rankings. Most unexpectedly useful tip, freezer socks. I'm now a Frostyfoot evangelist. Most career-damaging moment, ghosting a Zoom meeting for deep work. Most existential breakdown, sitting among 7 cheese graters whispering, I don't even grate. Worst idea, egg in toaster, never again, R.I.P. Toasty. 3:00 p.m., the doorbell rings. Just as I hit post, my front door buzzes. I open it to find 3 friends, holding snacks, wearing suspicious grins. Did you really freeze your socks? One shouts. Apparently, my best friend saw the Reddit post. Apparently, she shared it in our group chat. Apparently, I'm now that friend. They walk in and immediately take inventory. Why does your apartment smell like mountain fresh funeral? Is this toothpaste burned? Are these egg ashes? I try to explain with dignity. Everything I did for Reddit. They stare, then burst out laughing. I join because honestly, yeah, it's insane, but it's also the hardest we've laughed together in weeks. 7:00 p.m., a night of meme and mayhem. We order pizza, sit on the floor, rewatch the toaster egg video I accidentally recorded on my laptop webcam. It looks like found footage from a sci-fi movie. My friend photoshops a picture of me in a pirate hat with the caption, "When the sea shanties hit harder than the caffeine cubes." We cry laugh. We toast, not with toasters, to dumb ideas and friendship and Reddit being the wildest place on the internet. Final thoughts. Reddit didn't make me smarter. It didn't fix my life. But it gave me the weirdest, funniest, most chaotic week I've had in years. Sometimes you don't need a self-help book. Sometimes you just need 10,000 strangers yelling freezer socks in all caps. And that's kind of beautiful.